Naukati Bay, Alaska is home to some of the most beautiful wildlife and flora in the world, and our Lucas Oil On the Edge crew took advantage of every bit this stunning land had to offer. While there, we caught some amazing motorsports with Touch Trucks and ATV racing. With a tight track to maneuver through, there have been rollovers and wrecks in the past. Will we have more today? Let's find out.
Got it tacked up, and if you get too close, you're getting cracked up. Stone cold when I roll, coming out of the hole. Get back, cause I'm out of control. I'm on the edge.
Yeah, take a look at that big thing. When you talk about whale tails in the States, it's probably because you're looking at a Porsche, but up here, it's because you're looking at a whale. This is the Alaska Tough Truck Competition and ATV race presented by General Tire. A spectacular area up here, a lot of wildlife, some of the best fishing you'll ever find. But that's not why we're here. We're here because of the mud bogs. And with more on that, let's go to Ted Brunson.
All right, thank you very much. Well, just to the south of me, about 100 yards, is the Pacific Ocean. This is beautiful Naukati Bay, Alaska, on the Prince of Wales Island. Now, this is the 10th annual Naukati Mud Bogs. 8 years ago, it was just 200 feet of side-by-side drag racing in the mud. But last year, organizer Andy Richter tried to come up with something new, and he organized the Tough Truck Race, a circular track, a little mini jump over there, but they had some real problems out here. It was pretty tight. They could only go about 2 wide. So what they did was they widened this out about 20 yards, so now you can get about 4 trucks wide. When I say trucks, it's everything from stock to super mods, you name it. Last year we had a rollover right over in that corner. This year you're bound to see a couple maybe go over the wall, maybe another rollover. The mud will be flying, and these trucks are just no holds barred.
Brian Olson joins me as we get going here. I might also add, as we take a look at the General Tire entry list, that they do allow passengers, which always adds an element of excitement.
Yeah, you can bet on that. And one thing about this particular event, as you take a look at the four-wheel drive Chevrolet, take a look at the Toyotas, in a minute you'll see a standard two-wheel drive Chevrolet. There's a couple Jeeps involved, but I mean there's a S-Series truck as we go on the Tyler Rental onboard camera with Jason Fitch here.
Green flag flies, man. They're standing on the gas. It is narrow back there, leaning on each other just a little bit. Nice and sloppy.
It slipped out of gear.
It's in there somewhere, brother. Just fish around, man.
Find a spot where it grabs.
Oh, look out now. Put the bumper on him.
He got all hemmed up there. Hey, by the way, it's only practice.
Yeah, don't get too excited. Just practice.
All right, watch it again once again in the replay. Flag flying high there for Taylor. He gets right into that Pathfinder there of Donnie Sparks in the black machine with that gold right rear door. Now coming around the corner in the Jeep, also banning the flag, is the machine of Nina Baratovich.
So those guys all get grouped up in there. You know what the saying is? The saying is if you can run into the back of them, it's their fault.
That's right. And look at that little S-Series truck. The little white two-wheel drive that we kind of talked about earlier when I said it's kind of a run what you brung. Well, right along in there, up in the 4th spot. Again, 5th spot here. However, again, we're just in practice.
Single file now down the back straight. On board again with Jason Fitch. Jason's been on it, man. Is that 3-speed on the tree, or is that an automatic?
That's an automatic. But it looks like he's dropping it all the way down to low, going into 2nd, then into 3rd gear. So it clearly a 3-speed automatic. We saw it earlier, though, during this practice session, Ken, and he's got some steam.
Oh, man, he's got a lot of blue smoke coming out of the back of that one. I wonder if that's that transmission giving up.
I don't know, but it could be something as simple as an oil leak. It sounds like he's got plenty of steam.
I do like the fuel cell that he has on the back of it.
Yeah, it's a pretty high-tech outfit there.
It's a unique piece, and I will tell you.
It's even cooler when you got your own roll of blue towels right there for the steering wheel.
These people are actually awesome people to be around. They will help you do anything, and they're very passionate about this stuff. I mean, it's just good old-fashioned fun. Get out here, bring something, get in the competition, and sling some mud.
Yeah, I think it's great also that they got the passengers riding along. Of course, you know they got all their friends and their family, alongside on the outside part of the track. And I also think it's great.
That's how you move one out of the way. Don Sparks with that red Nissan Pathfinder. And again, really, this is just practice.
And Jason Fitch was rolling pretty good. We talked earlier, so we'll watch this again. The 00 Buck machine, and then that Precision Auto machine. The Nissan Pathfinder there knocks him right out of the park, and the 00 of Fitch is fighting for his life, collecting banners, baby.
Wild hit, got his head hanging out of the side window trying to see where he's going, and you can see Fitch pulling off there with the banner stuck underneath the front differential. We'll throw the green flag again, and here comes that Toyota trying to keep the spot. It's very tough here, though, in turn number 1 because they push him wide is what they like to do.
And again, we talked about it. You can clearly see how narrow the track is, particularly on sorry about that, but particularly on either one of the straightaways I was about to say. There's John Also. He gets knocked up, and now he is off the ground.
He's centered. High centered right there. I told you, man, I mean, it's tough to keep that position, and we already saw that Nissan Pathfinder of Don Sparks is not afraid to push somebody wide. He gets out there, and then here comes the next one.
Yeah, Don let this one get by. He let Also get away with one, but then the truck right behind him said, you know what? I'll just take this one right here out.
The guy got you right there. I got your back, man. What I'm telling you, he goes for a ride up and out of the park. Tony Savage saying, there you go, to his Toyota teammate.
What happened? Are you going to make the race?
Of course I'm going to make the race. That was only practice, of course. Pretty wild going around that corner there. A lot of people have rolled, and it's real easy to get pushed over right there. I'm glad they took out the big old concrete wall that was there, though. That would have hurt.
Let me check your pupils. Yeah, you're okay.
All right, when we come back, we'll actually put them in a race. Imagine what's going to happen here. Stay with us. This telecast is being brought to you by Lucas Oil Products, made in America, sold to the world. General Tire, unleash the fury. And by Pacific Airways.
You're looking at the stoic face of a teenager, a champion of last year in the tough truck competition, Blake Paradovich. Look at him. Yeah, well, let's move over to the better-looking part of his family, Nina Paradovich, who races in compact, and Blake's going to be racing in compact as well, and I'm walking up with the patriarch of the family, Barry Paradovich. Now, it is truly a family fair here at the Bogs. Barry, let's start with talking to you. How proud are you of your kids? And on a serious note, I mean, Blake builds his own truck. Nina helps build stuff. They both race, and they're both very successful.
Yeah, it's been a blast. It gets us closer together as a family. We do a lot of stuff outdoors anyway, and so it just kind of fell right into place.
Nina, how are you going to do today?
I think I can do pretty good.
Okay, not just pretty well, but I mean, give me a prediction. You going to whoop some butt today?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, well, she's very confident. Let's go over to the son here. Your sister's talking a little bit of smack. How's she going to do it? How are you going to do it?
I'm going to get first place. I know it.
I think it's going to turn into eventually this guy's going to just help build the cars. They're going to race, and you're going to be a fan pretty soon. But that's the way it goes. The Paradovich family, a mainstay here at the Naukati Mud Bogs.
All right, let's take a look at the General Tire starting grid. Blake Paradovich will be up front, so he's going to have a great shot at winning this thing, as he said he thought he would do.
And there's that stock S-Series truck alongside of Wes Logston. Now, you got to think for a minute that during this course of this event, that if a number of the machines out front fall to attrition as we go on board here with Jason Fitz's 00 truck, the one that went through the fence earlier, you got to think that S-Series truck will be toward the back pretty quick here.
Jason was really fast in practice. Looks like he's slowed up a little bit here. It might be because he's in traffic. Great battle going on behind Paradovich. Paradovich already with a nice lead. There's a look at him right there. Blake Paradovich, your leader. By the way, the banner's all stacked up nice on the backside of the track. Everybody, I mean, they literally come out of the woodwork here to watch these guys race. They have a lot of fun. Jason holding on to that thing, man.
Hang on, baby. He's just spinning off.
Oh,
there
look
it is.
out, look out. He's in the mud drag portion of the track there, and that's going to bring a caution flag out, or at least a local caution flag.
Oh,
Attaboy.
does he have reverse?
I think he just threw it in park there. Maybe he's giving up the ghost here in the race. Had a tough time in practice, was fast for a little while.
I would have hung that baby in low gear, went right across that track.
There's actually some huge logs that differentiate between the mud drags and the oval track. Can tear up some stuff.
Boy, Blake's making it look easy here. soft-spoken kid, and I mean from a year ago when we interviewed him after his win here at Naukati. It looks like that kid has grown up 6-7 inches. He's hollered.
He's having some fun. Mitch said, I'm just going to go drag racing, man.
Did you hear him screaming in there? That is good stuff. Hey, they're having fun up here.
They are having fun. I mean, that's really what it's all about. There's nothing too serious here. I mean, they're going to race, have some fun, get out, and tell some sea stories is what it's all about.
He is going for
both hands on the wheel, brother. Both hands on the wheel.
2 handfuls of steering wheel, man. There's one out.
2 of them up and out. Stay with us. We'll see if they get back into the hut. Yep, it's definitely a Kodak moment here. Looks like they're getting some video, actually.
Everybody's doing it, aren't they, man? I mean, they're all over it.
Cameras out there getting some video. Nice size field this year, too. I mean, about twice the trucks we had a year ago.
Oh, absolutely. And a number of these drivers, you're likely to hear these names cross over when we do the ATV class in a little while as well.
Fitch just got a black flag, and we're hearing it's because he went down the drag strip. So poor old Fitch gets a black flag. He's going to be done here.
Hey, his gas tank's gone, too.
Yeah, and that one had multiple uses.
Yeah.
You hate to lose that one.
I'm thinking that maybe, just maybe, that going down the mud track might possibly cause a DQ.
Once again, that is your leader. Final lap here, and Blake's about to get past if he isn't pretty careful right here, and it looks like he's going to make one more lap. He's got to keep that position. Paratovich in the red 92 Jeep. And there goes Sparks again with that red Nissan. He is brutal in that turn. Looks like he lost front-wheel drive, huh?
He's got something not going on nearly as good because it's taking him a bit to get out of there. And there is your champion for the 2nd year in a row, Blake Paratovich. We talked to him before the event, and no big hidden agenda here. This kid is good.
Watch this. Sparks in that red Nissan Pathfinder right up against the Jeep, and they both hook up. Nina Paratovich goes out of the course in the Jeep. And then, of course, Sparks will be able to back up and continue on, but it's going to cost him some spots. Oh, and the rear window.
That thing shattered, man. That baby just shattered. Blake Paratovich, John Olso, Wes Logston in that stock S10 truck comes in 3rd place.
Blake Paratovich, a new hat because you wrecked your one from last year, but you won 2 years in a row now here in this Tough Truck Challenge. How'd you do? You never got passed.
Well, I think I got first place, but I don't know.
No, you got first place. You won.
Did I? Nice.
This is information he needs, isn't it?
Apparently no radio communication to the driver there. All right, when we come back, it'll be ATVs and motorcycles.
At Lucas Oil on the Edge, we pride ourselves on bringing you all different types of motorsports not normally seen on TV, and certainly not mainstream. Without a doubt, Naukati Bay, Alaska fits that criteria as not only one of the most isolated places we bring you, but also one of the most beautiful.
All right, standing next to the man who's responsible for the Naukati Bay Bogs, Andy Richter. Now, that's the 10th anniversary. Congratulations on that, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. The 2nd year back here at this track, and I know this is where you love it because it's home.
Yes, indeed. It's one of those things that you just couldn't plan it any better, Ted. When we got the Forest Service to work with us on this site, we had no idea that it would turn out to be quite as good as it did, and then allow us to expand our classes and continue the racing. Actually, every year growing more and more.
When you first called us a couple of years ago and said, you got to come out and see this, you got to see the mud bogs, we thought you were crazy at first, but this is like our favorite stop. This place is unbelievable.
Where else in the world do you have the pits that are sitting right on the Pacific Ocean? It's actually somewhere that most people can't even fathom the beauty and the serenity of this area.
There is some passion here, and yes, I'm telling you, it's a natural style bleacher, but they are all here and they're having a great time.
Not a bad seat in the house, rock or otherwise.
Time now for the ATV and Dirtbike Main event. Here is your entry list, courtesy of Alaska Sea Otter Sound Lodge. Jason Loud on the pole.
Sean Harrington, as we move down the list, it's a young man with the last name of Music in the 10th spot. Loud in the front, Music at the back.
Andy checks with all of them. It's a land rush start. The dirt bike gets the early lead and clips a four-wheeler on the way.
Whoa, he's off the track.
Yeah, he forgot about that brake thing.
Right back on again.
In the back of the pack, from first to last. He's got his work cut out for him now. The only one in the field.
And I got to think that the dirt bike would be a little bit of an advantage in this situation, but that hasn't been the case over the last couple of years here.
It was a year ago we saw the Banshee, and now we have a couple of Banshees out here trying to get it done, but it was actually one of the utility quads like this that actually won the race.
Greg Richter was the champion a year ago, and I believe that's Andy's brother. And I think you just got to look at him right there on the white Yamaha. There's your lead machine. As he takes a look back, that's Trevor Killian.
Those Banshees are wicked fast, man. 2 strokes, 350 cc's. They have a lot of snap in them, man. You get them up on the pipe, you better be holding on.
You can hear the difference in the 2-stroke versus the 4. The 2-stroke machine is more like that dirt bike there with a chambered exhaust. And what they do is they have a lot higher RPM range. The 4-strokes, meanwhile, have a little bit more of a power curve, but they don't have that quickness in RPM, kid.
You almost high-sided that. You go around those turns sideways, you better be spinning the rear tire. Otherwise, you'll be face down in the mud.
And there's the only 2-wheeler in the bunch doing a pretty good job playing catch-up here. Look like up here in the top 5.
Yeah, a couple of those Banshees, like I said, 3 or 4 of these Banshees in here now, and those things are tough to beat. Now, some of the 4-stroke quads, the sport quads, are bad to the bone as well. They just have a bunch of torque in them.
Yeah, they got a lot of torque and a lot of steam. They'd be better off at pulling down a small tree, while the Banshee machine, you watch it right there, they just, literally the motor is so much quicker to respond on this short course is advantageous.
Oh, man, yeah. It's about to get ugly. Here's the mud in your face, man. Spills and thrills are next. This telecast has been brought to you by Lucas Oil Products, made in America, sold to the world. General Tire, unleash the fury. And by Alaska Sea Otter Sound Lodge. Speaking of the Alaska Sea Otter Sound Lodge, there's a look at it right there. Awesome place. The entire crew stayed there and had a great time.
Man, that is a beautiful place, right on the ocean, you know. I mean, it's just absolutely, you got to go see it to believe it, baby.
Cannot believe how many fish you can catch in one day out here. It is, I mean, your arms will be tired when you come back. So Trevor Killian on the 06 Polaris 450 Outlaw. That's that red 4-stroke with the dual headlights on it, man. Making it happen. Look at him right there, kind of flat tracking around the turns.
Got those alien headlights on there, baby. In fact, if you look at the nose of that thing, that's exactly what it looks like, is an alien with a couple headlight eyeballs on it. And unlike those Banshees we talked about earlier, this is a 4-stroke machine in the lead, but it too has a different power curve than a standard 4-stroke because it's a Polaris.
You know, as many sport bikes as they're starting to get in here, sport quads, they're going to have to differentiate in the class here pretty quickly because they definitely have an advantage over the 4-wheel drive and the utility quads. Those utility quads are hard to get turned.
You got to remember that we talked about it earlier. Greg Richter was your champion a year ago, and he was right there.
Oh, where's Killian going? That was a white flag, brother. We're looking for a checkered flag. Killian, oh!
Whoa! Wow.
And a big, ugly wreck. Safety crew on it right away. Look out. He almost slipped down in the mud. And I got to tell you, that yellow quad right there, that 85 LT250, looks like he drove right into the side of the other one. Killian pulls off.
I believe he pulled off thinking, I don't know how you confuse the checker for the white, which means 1 lap to go, but you can see everybody saying, you got 1 to go.
Gas her up, baby, gas her up. There's that blue quad right there. Now that's a Banshee. You see the twin pipes coming out of the back around either side of the tailpipe, but that's what we want to look at. That was a violent wreck right there. The yellow quad just driving right in the side of the utility quad, which is kind of pitched in sideways, and had nowhere to go.
All right, well, listen, man, you won it last year. You were gaining on him. Your wife didn't want you to race, and you said you would. You broke the handlebars, and you feeling okay?
Oh, I'm a little sore, but I'm feeling fine. I mean, I want to get back on the bike and go. What do you mean?
So Greg Richter on the other side of that, he was on the white utility quad, and he was the one that went over hard. So a complete restart here. It's going to be one lap. He's already got that checkered flag in his hand. He's pretty much telling them, you better be ready here, man. One lap to go.
Yeah, no white, then checker, just one lap. And on your restart, Trevor Killian dodges a big bullet here.
He just started the restart with a checkered flag. That was the first.
No green, white checkered here, baby. One lap for the win. And that's fortunate for Killian, who had pulled off earlier on the white flag lap.
Yeah, Killian dodged a big bullet there. Had to keep his composure here for one lap, but he had pulled in, and I really believe Greg Richter was going to win this race. By the way, Mohawk Dave there will hand him the flag. Look behind him, the New York Hotel. New York Hotel was actually watching this show a year ago, sent in a banner, and they're getting a little love, so don't be afraid to send your banner out there.
How cool is that? And there goes Killian, and I got to tell you, Ken, unlike what I have said throughout this show, I think we're proven by listening, this baby is indeed a two-stroke Polaris.
So there are your Alaska Sea Otter Sound Lodge final results. Congratulations to Trevor Killian. Boy, did he get lucky there.
All right, first of all, Trevor, you do realize how lucky you are, right?
Yeah.
Tell me why you're lucky, Trevor.
So I won first place in the mud bogs with the compact car, and then I won first place on my four-wheeler here.
No, Trevor, you're lucky because the white flag was waved and you stopped for a second. Now, luckily for you, there was a wreck in the other turn and they had to restart and you won. You should count your blessings today, dude.
Yeah, I did. I pulled over here last time. He told me not to go past there, so I was going to pull over, and they got in a wreck down there. Saved me.
All right, Trevor, what color is the winning flag?
The checkers.
Okay, remember that next time.
I will.
Thanks, man.
Hope you enjoyed a glimpse of the last frontier. Thanks to Ken Stout, Brian Olson, and Ted Brunson. Hey, log on to speedtv.com and link over to newwavetv.com for a list of upcoming OTV shows like motorcycle side-by-side hill climbing, flagpole racing, figure eight racing, and much more. Remember, you're not living unless you're on the edge.